Hey, and welcome back to Dove Tech Talks. I'm your host, Eddie Horton. Tonight we're going to talk about lawnmower maintenance again. It is that time of the year, but the only thing we're going to do tonight is switch it up. We're going to talk about riding lawnmowers. Subtle differences, not really huge, just a few things here and there that are a little different with a riding mower than the push mower we talked about in the last episode that we did. Now, just as always, safety first. We're going to have our safety glasses on. Remember these babies here? Look at this. Watch this. Watch. Yep, can't hurt me. Can't hurt my eyes. Spray something in like that. Ow, that kind of hurts a little bit. But anyway, you get the picture. So have your safety glasses on. Now, just like always, we got a few things here. We got a flashlight. You might need a flashlight while working on these. For you guys that work in the offices every day and have to have really clean, pristine hands, we got the gloves again. Now, one of the things we're going to talk about is this John Deere L130. It's a great little mower. They have long life, and this one has a Kohler Command 23 twin in it. This is a twin cylinder engine. It's a great engine. You maintenance this thing like you're supposed to, and you'll get a wonderful life out of it. Now, some of the things that we're going to talk about on this particular one, yep, you guessed it, the air filter. Make sure your air filter is clean. If it's not clean, you need to replace it. Don't blow it out. If you get your air filter out and it's all nasty and sticky and dirty, if it doesn't look like this one, down to the bottom, clean, white, or yellow, or whatever color it's supposed to be, if it's not the color it's supposed to be, and the shape it's supposed to be, if it looks like the shape of the cover it came out of, it needs replaced. Don't blow these out. It will not work for you. All you're going to do is make more of a mess of your engine. You're going to be burning more fuel and not enough air, and that's going to directly affect how that mower runs and cuts. So, another thing we're going to talk about, on a twin, you have two spark plugs. You have one on either side. You have one right down here, and you have one on this side. I hope you guys can hear over the rain. We're going to go ahead and keep on doing this anyway. Now, the air filter on this particular model is up here in the front. Comes off real easy. You take this big wing nut off the front here. You just take this off. Lay that out of the way. There's another one underneath of it that holds the actual filter to the base of the housing. We'll take that one off. Something we're going to talk about here in a second is this pre-filter that's on here. And then, take it out. This plate comes off and holds the filter down. Now this particular one, this is the filter. This is a pre-filter. It's a little green, catches all the minute stuff, all the little dogwood trees, all the dust and dirt that's floating around in the air, keeps from clogging up your main filter, and it does a great job doing that. Now this one here usually comes in a kit. You'll get both of these together. One good way to check your air filter is take your flashlight, turn it on, and stick it inside of here, and look through there and see if you can see light coming through your filter element. If you can, you're good. If you can see just a little bit like this one, it needs replaced. Okay, now, I know what you're going to say. But these filters are like $23. And that engine's like $2,300. So what do you want to do? Let me know and get back to me on that one, okay? So make sure, check your air filter. Oh, see, that's why you need to not blow these out. You see what just happened? I was trying to squeeze that back on there, and that pre-filter ripped right where the seam was. Normally it would go on there just like that, but this pre-filter broke. So that's one reason right there. Don't blow these out because they're just going to fall apart in your hands. Get a new one. Most of the time they come as a kit. You'll get the pre-filter and the air filter. So make sure you're replacing those. Another thing that you're going to use on this is talk about the tools a little bit, because we've gotten the stuff off there. I didn't bring back the 3/8 ratchet like I had last time. We're going to put two new spark plugs in this engine. You want to have two of them in there. Don't ever put just one in there because you say one looks good and one looks okay and the other one's, not so great. You got to put two of them in there. This is a match set thing. Make sure you replace both of them. Don't be a cheapskate just because one looks cleaner than the other one. Fuel filter. On your push mowers, you don't have this. They don't normally come with a fuel filter. On the riders, they always have a fuel filter on them. Make sure that you can see inside there and that it looks clean and nice. If this thing is not white, if it's all yellowed out and everything and looks like dirt on the inside, again, this is a cheap fix. Get a new one, put it on there, and keep that fuel filter clean, because the last thing you want to do is lean that engine out with not enough fuel, get that cylinder over hot and wears out your rings faster. So it does save you gas, but it wears out the rings faster. Now, some of the stuff you'll use on some of these, 1/4-inch drive ratchet set that we got out here tonight. Now, you don't have to have the huge set like I've got here. It just happens to be what I own. 1/4-inch drive ratchet. Well, again, we're talking about the drive of a ratchet. We're talking about the little square right here. That is the drive. It is 1/4 inch square. And that's what we're talking about when we say we need a 1/4-inch drive ratchet set. This one is kind of a cool feature. This screwdriver handle that you use for a nut driver, when you can just use it like this, or if you got an extension handy, you can slam it on your ratchet and it doubles as an extension. So it's kind of a neat little feature that they have with this kit. We have our basic screwdrivers again, number 2 Phillips, number 2 flathead, and a number 3 flathead, because sometimes you just need one of those. Wow, we're getting rained on here. So anyway, this is the oil filter. Just like on your car, this thing has a pressurized oil system. Not all of your riders have a pressurized oil system, but this particular one does. And you can use the Pro Select Napa filter on this. It's a lot cheaper than the one that come on there originally. This one's about $5, $6. The original ones on these is about $25. It's the same thing, but it don't say John Deere on it. That's why you're not paying that big money. So now, another thing we're going to talk about is servicing the battery. A lot of times they're under the seats. This time, this one's underneath the steering column and the dash here. Make sure that these connections are clean and tight. See how it was kind of boogered up there? We're going to have to take that off and clean that real good and make sure we get this to where it's getting proper amperage and voltage all the time, because the worst thing you can do is get on here and the damn thing don't crank at all. That's just terrible. Now, after you've changed your oil, you've changed both your spark plugs, new air filter and pre-filter, you're ready to put this thing on the truck, right? Now, when you're putting this on the truck, this is a Fulton triple set ramp set. It's got 3 pieces to it. See, they all 3 move independently there. And it has these chains. Let's talk about these chains. I know you've seen the videos. Super Goober trying to load his stuff into his truck. He's going to show off in front of his wife because he wants her to think he knows something. If you don't put this chain on the underneath of your bumper, so you put this down on the trailer, and then this goes up underneath the bumper of the truck and connects to it. If you don't do that, when you get up in your truck and you didn't raise the deck high enough and it high centers and the wheels start spinning on the ramp, it spins that ramp right out from underneath you. You end up falling on your back, the lawnmower falls on top of you. It looks like just a bad situation and it hurts. So don't let the thing fall on top of you. Make sure you have the safety chains in place to make sure this don't come shooting out from underneath of you and hurt you. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about on these mowers is, well, there's 2 more things. There's the belts. Belts don't last forever. They do last a long time. When you're getting your belt, make sure you get the belt that's for this mower, and possibly might have to get it from the manufacturer, because the belt will be a specific width, but it's also going to have a pitch on it. They're called V-belts. But not all V-belts are created equally. Some are more pitched than others. Be flattened out, could be like this, could be like this. You got to make sure that you're getting the right pitch belt. If you don't, you're going to chew up that brand new belt. And some of these belts are over $100, so you don't want to chew that belt up just because you try to get a quick fix on a Saturday. Sometimes you're going to have to wait and just bite the bullet and say, I'm going to have to push mow the grass or borrow a lawnmower from somebody, because you're not going to get that belt when you need that belt sometimes. I mean, it's just the way it is. So the last thing we're going to talk about is your lawnmower's mowing crooked. You don't know what's going on. You go down there, you're mowing the lawn, you look back behind you. One side's 2 inches, and the other side's 1.5 inches, or you're digging it into the dirt. What in the world could be wrong with this mower? It's your tires. I know what you're saying. It can't be. Tell me it ain't so. Look, these tires are going to directly affect the height of that deck. So if this one's got 3 pounds in it, and this one's got 10 pounds in it on this side, you're gonna cut crooked. Make sure your tires are aired up equally to the specifications of the manufacturing book that came with your mower. You got a spec book, it's got all the things in there that you need. Sometimes, on some of your mowers, you will actually have that information in here somewhere on one of these sides. This one doesn't have it, but some of them do have it. And it's in there, and it tells you when to change the oil, how many hours you should change it. Me, I like to change the oil once a year because we just don't have that much grass to cut. Now, if you're cutting twice as much as the average person is cutting with their riding mower, you probably need to change yours twice a year. Hey, a little bit of maintenance goes a long way on these mowers. These are not cheap mowers. You buy a decent riding mower like this one right here from John Deere, you could spend up to $7,500, $8,000. You don't want to tear this engine up. You don't want to tear this mower up. So do your maintenance on them. Be diligent about your maintenance. Follow what the book says from your specifications from the manufacturer, and make sure that you don't destroy your mower, because we get them in here all the time. People are really upset when a brand new mower looks brand new, but the only thing that don't look brand new is that seized up engine underneath the hood. So don't let that happen to you. Now, if you run into a problem where you got to have your blade sharpened, and you don't have the equipment to get it up in the air, hey, take it in somewhere and let them sharpen the blades. They can do this in about 15 minutes and have it back to you, and it shouldn't cost you no more than about 20, 30 bucks. I mean, we do them here for 20 bucks. We sharpen 3 blades, jack it up, take the blades off, I sharpen them, put them back on there. I'll let you know if you need new blades or not next time. But that's a good thing to do, because these blades can get cracks in them, they can get fatigued, and if you don't do it right, you could end up chucking a blade off or a piece of a blade and hurting somebody. Again, watch where the chute is. Don't be picking up rocks and chucking them at your neighbor. I mean, you might not like him, but heck, you can't throw rocks at him neither. Just make sure you're not putting holes in your side of your house, holes in your windows, or dents in that Ferrari. You got a Ferrari? If you got a John Deere, you better have a Ferrari too. I don't got a Ferrari. I can't afford one. You guys aren't subscribing enough. Subscribe, hit like, tell me what you liked about the show, tell me what I missed on the show, and tell me what you want to see next time. Hey, don't forget about our sponsors. We got AP Cigar out there selling some of the best cigars. Go see Mike Weller over at Cottage Hills. The number's at the bottom of the screen. And another one, Edison, Ohio. And I'm telling you, we're getting real close to selling them Horton's Cool Wave brakes at Dempsey's place out there, MrTaillight.com, Edison, Ohio. Don't miss him. Steve will hook you up every time. And pretty soon, like I said, he's going to have them Horton's Cool Wave brakes. That's what you want, the good stuff. Till next time, next week, next show, you guys have a great time. Boom! We're out of here.